Sister Wives Season 19 Episode 18 Recap. The Ex-Wives Buy Land, Lawyer Up. On this week's episode of Sister Wives, the Brown family continues to navigate their new normal, including how to deal with the finances some members of the family are still tied up in, namely Coyote Pass, the 14 acres of land the family purchased in Arizona to live together in peace and harmony, until the family dissolved into a mess of divorce and broken homes. Hello friends, welcome to the Daily Gossip News Update. I am Olivia and hope you are well by God's grace. Please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. The episode is fittingly titled, Money is the Root of All Evil, and for those following along, we've recapped the entire season here. Mary regrets brushing off Janelle's warnings about Coyote Pass. The episode opens in Para 1, where Mary Brown and her friend Jen sit down for a best friend chit-chat on the porch of Mary's bed and breakfast. The subject of Coyote Pass comes up, and Mary expresses her feelings about how slow the process of dividing up the property has been. Mary's been in contact with Kody Brown, Robyn Brown, and Janelle Brown about Coyote Pass, but according to Janelle, she and Mary are completely in the dark about the fate of Coyote Pass. David Woolley, for her part, cut all ties with Kody, including her claims to Coyote Pass, when she left him. Mary recalls Janelle tried to warn her about her interests in Coyote Pass, but she initially brushed off Janelle's concerns. Now, Mary regrets not being more open to Janelle's warnings. It sounds like the former wives are most frustrated over the complete lack of communication coming from Kody and Robyn. Mary never wants to ruffle any feathers, but she's getting to the end of her rope regarding Coyote Pass and its finances. Back on Coyote Pass, Kody finally seems like he's giving up on the dream of their utopian plural family community on Coyote Pass. Robyn was the last holdout, but she's coming around to selling the property now. But it's not without emotion on Kody's end. He flirts with the idea of keeping one lot for he and Robyn, that then goes back to selling the entire thing. Kody explains to the realtor that the lot was originally owned by 4 partners. By partners, Kody means his former wives. He also overshares about how bad the relationship between him and some of his former wives has gotten, and then complains about how his former wives are still nagging him. Once again, we see a map of the property, all 14.10 acres of it, divided up into weirdly divided parcels. Robyn still struggles with letting Coyote Pass go because it's the last thing connecting the family. But that ship has sailed, Robyn. After a commercial break, Janelle has some big news she wants to share with Christine. On a video call, Janelle and her daughter, Madison Brush, tell Christine that they officially put in an offer on a large plot of land, 165 acres, to be exact, in North Carolina, and the offer was accepted. It's not a done deal yet, but it's close and they're excited for this big change. They plan to start farming on the land, growing flowers, and eventually adding cabins and maybe an event space. Janelle has always dreamed of owning land, so this is big for her. Back in Para 1, Jen and Mary are still debriefing. Mary hasn't received an adequate response from her message to Kody and Robyn. Kody told her he's talking to the right people, but Mary has no idea what that means. In a confessional, Kody says he was being nice in his email to Mary, trying to calm everyone down. He's exasperated that he has ex-wives asking him for a favor, and he doesn't know what to do about the land. It's not exactly a favor, Kody, it's their right. The women are in the dark about what's happening, and Kody isn't shedding any light. Mary says she was promised 2 acres, which Jen shoots down immediately. Mary paid equally for the land, she deserves more than 2 acres. Jen reminds Mary that she spent years contributing to the family account, which went to things like college and cars for the kids. However, Mary paid for her own child's college and car, in addition to contributing to the family account. Mary reiterates the old song and dance about her not getting as much because she only had 1 child. Story of Mary's life. Jen is a good friend. Mary said that the way she grew up led her to want a man to be in charge. While it wasn't defined as a straight-up patriarchy, this was the way the Brown family worked for many years. Janelle echoes this sentiment a little later in the episode, when she says that in a lot of the religions her family was involved in, she actually refers to them as cults. The women don't have rights, and they don't have autonomy. They can't support themselves, which reduces their options. Back on the video call, Janelle lets Christine know she's also hired a lawyer to battle Kody for the coyote pass money. While Christine is no longer financially invested, she's still emotionally invested on Janelle's behalf. Christine also has news to share. She and her husband, David Woolley, have bought a home in Moab that they'll rent out. Christine and Janelle reflect on how far they've come. They're making their dreams come true, owning land and setting down roots without Kody. Back in Flagstaff, Kody jokes with his realtor that his former wives probably don't trust him to be fair when dividing up the money from the sale of Coyote Pass. But he says he will be fair. According to him, let's be clear, going after Kody for child support or alimony wouldn't be screwing him over. It would be him being accountable, which he hates. Mary wishes things could have been different. She wishes everything had been settled already instead of being dragged out. But Kody continues to play the victim. Mary has offered to help Kody figure everything out, but he has always dismissed her. Also, Mary says her hands are tied, legally, since Kody's name is on the property. Kody continues trauma dumping on his poor realtor, telling him their impending move to Coyote Pass was the kiss of death for the family. When Robyn first came into the family, they were all living in one huge home, a triplex. Robyn intended on doing the same with them, but then they fled to Vegas, where they couldn't all live together in one home, but they did all live on the same cul-de-sac. However, when the family made the decision to move to Flagstaff, everything fell apart. As Kody and the realtor walk the property, Kody tells the charming tale of the time he and his family went skinny dipping in the pond on the land. This realtor must be rethinking this entire deal. After a commercial break, Christine gives the Cliff's Notes version of her life this past year. Met David, started dating, bought a home together / moved in, got engaged, got married, and bought another home together. She says that when she was married to Kody, he controlled the finances. She wasn't even able to write a check. With David, she's free to buy homes. Christine's kids are coming over to help her move furniture down to their new home. If anything, this entire family could start a moving company because they've moved so many times, they've got it down pat now. Christine says this new home isn't a move. It's a business opportunity. She doesn't want this added to the list of all the extensive moves this family has experienced. This is a happy move, and really, it's just moving furniture, not an entire family. The kids joke that it's nice to be moving for a reason other than being kicked out of town, like what happened when they first moved to Vegas. Back in Parowan, Mary's friend Jen encourages her to meet men at dog parks. Mary is ready to date. She's even gone out on a few dates. Her list of requirements for a man to date are that he has to be taller than her and older than her. Jen, of course, wants Mary to be open to a younger man, but Mary is adamant she wants older this time. For some reason, Kody gives his 2 cents on who Mary should date. Kody remains extremely bothered by Mary's friends, and he says that in order for her to find a man, she's going to need to ditch those because he ain't gonna put up with that. Mary responded to Kody via an Instagram post she made the day the episode aired. After a commercial break, the episode ends at Christine and David's Salt Lake City home, where it's snowing. They joke around and work in their office together. David says he hasn't even seen the new house they bought. Christine went down with the realtor and did it on her own, and he trusts her. Christine presents David with her honey-do list of tasks he needs to do at the new house. Peyton Brown, Christine's son, talks about how much Christine has changed since she left Kody. Christine is relishing being the one in charge now. She loves being the boss. Kody then admits that he doesn't think polygamy can work if the man is not in charge. It's too hard to get women to agree on things in his mind. Janelle says she's had her own successful business, which provided her an income, and that at one point, Kody mentioned that her profits from that business should go back into the family, but Janelle refused. I'm struggling to understand how Sister Wives Kody Brown doesn't see alienating those outside his core family as a problem. Sister Wives star Kody Brown has been alienating everyone around him other than his core family. And I don't understand how he doesn't see that in many ways that will be a major problem for his future. Throughout the run of Sister Wives, Kody has been able to move through his relationships without much difficulty despite having some fairly polarizing opinions. While things have gotten worse for Kody in recent years, for the majority of the series, it was clear that Kody was the head of his household. As is the way in most Mormon families, Kody was the leader. Kody's wives, currently Robyn Brown and formerly Mary Brown, Janelle Brown, and Christine Brown, were quick to listen to what he wanted and follow his schedule. But when things began to change in their lives, Kody's power diminished. Throughout the last few seasons of the show, Sister Wives has been more about breaking the status quo and showing the family's difficulties behind the scenes, and Kody has been quick to react. Sister Wives Season 19 has made it clear that the family patriarch has been working through his feelings, but his relationships with his older children are still a struggle. Although Kody has always been more open about his feelings on Sister Wives, he's been making it clear where he stands with his family during the most recent season of the series. After losing 3 of his 4 wives, Kody's been dealing with the fallout of his divorces in an interesting way, his kids' behavior coloring the way he feels about his ex-wives. Though Kody understands that his older children are adults who build their own opinions, he still believes that their opinions are being colored by their mothers, meaning he's investing more in his family with Robyn than anyone. Referring to himself, Roby, and their 5 children as the core family, Kody's doing a great job at alienating his older kids from his life. While many of Kody's adult children don't speak to him as it is, those who were still in his corner are beginning to understand that he's not supportive of them in most ways. Despite knowing that he could be a good parent because of the way he interacts with his other kids, Kody's chosen to be a difficult and closed-off father to the kids outside of his core family, leaving them out in the cold. Although Kody and Robyn's kids, 3 of which were from a previous marriage and adopted by Kody when he legally married Robyn, have been able to see the good in Kody, his other children haven't gotten to see that side in years. As a father, Kody has pushed away his family in a way that's made them uninterested in continuing their relationship, burdening his kids with the responsibilities he should be taking on as a parent. Kody has tried to explain that he'd be okay with a relationship in the future, but has strict guidelines around how that may happen. Rather than feeling comfortable with his children or deciding to be the bigger person and go to them, Kody's made the difficult decision to work through his issues on his own and says he'll be ready when his kids want to come to him. If they apologize for their behavior, Kody's made it clear that he'll indulge in a relationship with them once again. Aside from the fact that Kody is the parent, the fact that he's not interested in even trying to apologize for his unresponsive and irresponsible behavior makes it clear he's not ready for any adult conversation. Although Kody's main focus at the moment seems to be on his kids, it's clear that his time on Sister Wives hasn't been good for his ego. Being on TV doesn't bode well for Kody, who doesn't like to be challenged. Rather, he would appreciate it if viewers didn't provide him feedback so he doesn't have to face his faults. In his own life, his exes all provided him with some pointed input about his behavior, which caused him to spiral in a variety of ways. Having it happen on an even larger scale is even more painful for Kody. As Kody continues to alienate his older children, I'm wondering if he truly understands that he's not going to be able to repair those relationships after Sister Wives. While I'm hopeful that Kody's behavior doesn't impact his kids too much, he seems hellbent on pursuing relationships with his kids as he moves forward, despite only wanting to do so if they come to him. Kody's inability to handle the consequences of his own actions has made it clear he doesn't grasp that alienating his kids publicly on Sister Wives will rob him of a relationship with them in the future. Sister Wives star Mary Brown slams villain Kody after he crosses strains, whereas specializing in his youngsters with Robyn. After the episode of Sister Wives aired that confirmed Kody calling Jen bitch by claiming Mary wanted to desert her associates if she needed any probability of discovering love, Mary took to Instagram to indicate off her new hoodie, which acted as a passive-aggressive method to assault her ex without calling him out instantly. She posted with Jen within the pictures, with Mary's sweatshirt saying, "I'll by no means abandon," and Jen ends the assertion by saying, the two associates smiled broadly within the picture to indicate what they actually consider Kody's disrespectful angle. Mary Brown is opening up about an interesting tradition in her community. During the Sunday, October 13 episode of Sister Wives, a director off-camera asks Kody Brown in a confession, "So there's this rumor that in the church a lot of the sister wives would sit around and breastfeed and swap kids around. That is not true," she exclaimed. "No, that was a joke. That's disgusting." However, Mary offered a different perspective in her confessional, revealing to the cameras, "I actually breastfed one of our kids that was not my own child." She added, "That was something that was kind of medically necessary at the time, but it wasn't something that we did on a regular basis just for fun, just for kicks and giggles." Janelle Brown chimed in during her confessional, sharing that she's never participated in the tradition, but only because of a medical reasoning. "I've never breastfed another baby. I never had enough milk," she shared. "I would have been hard-pressed to do that." Though hesitant, Robyn Brown admitted in her confessional, "Yeah, it's true. It's true. Women would breastfeed each other's babies. In our culture, I've seen it plenty of times," she continued to reveal. Robyn added, "It's not like musical babies, but rather, it's more of like necessity and help and, a community of women being supportive to each other about their children and stuff." Mary Brown lashes out at villain Kody after he crosses a line while focusing on his kids with Robyn. Instead of stewing in anger at Kody Brown, Sister Wives star Mary Brown is turning that rage into a great opportunity for herself. Kody came under fire recently during Sister Wives Season 19 when he called Mary's friend a derogatory word. There have been many times over the years where the patriarch has faced the wrath of his family and the fans. Kody is considered the villain of Sister Wives for a reason. Now that Mary, Janelle Brown, and Kody Brown have ditched him, he's having to come to terms with his new life, and it's not going well. Leading up to that post, Mary shared a message on Instagram that said, "I think we can talk about that. It's about to get salty," and told her followers to stay tuned for more coming down the pipeline from her. In another post that saw Mary and Jen singing a fun tune, which copied the melody from the song that Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo performed on The Tonight Show. To introduce their new project, Salty Birches, Jen ended the video by looking directly into the camera and telling Kody, which caused Mary to laugh hysterically. Even though Mary, Janelle, and Kody are no longer married to Kody, he is still in their lives via their kids and sister wives, which means they still have to put up with him and his atrocious attitude and behavior. Kody always has opinions, and he's not afraid to share them, even if they pertain to his ex's love lives and friendships. The Sister Wives patriarch referring to Jen as a definitely crossed a line. He really showed his true colors when it comes to what he thinks about women and how they should act and behave. Instead of pointing fingers and judging others for what they are doing, Kody needs to start reflecting on his own actions and follow the advice he's dishing out to others. He's the problem every single time, even though he doesn't think he is. In his mind, Mary, Janelle, and Kody leaving him is their fault, not his. The truth is the complete opposite of that assertion. It's great to see Mary take advantage of Kody's terrible behavior and use it for her own gain. He has put her, Janelle, and Kody through the ringer over the years, and they deserve some peace and happiness. Since he's choosing not to become a better person, there's nothing wrong with how Mary is reacting to the situation. She's sticking by her friend Jen, and the two of them are smiling as they show Kody who's the boss around here now.